भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयामदेवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेमदेवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. Page number 13, Karika number 8. स्वभावेनामृतो यस्य धर्मो गच्छति मर्त्यताम् कृतकेनामृतस्तस्य कथं स्थास्यति निश्चलः. Gaudapadacharya negating Satkaryavada after negating Asatkaryavada. In the last class we saw Asatkaryavada negation he did by giving 4 reasons. Asatkaryavada means the one who argues the product karyam was asat in the karanam. Karya utpattehe purvam karane karyam asat. There was no pot in the clay before its emergence. Asat karyam ghataha asat, before its utpatti. The product was not there in the karanam, therefore it is known as a sat karyavada. Sattanna iruppudal, irukkira tanmai. Asattanna illada tanmai. So asatkaryavadi, nyaya vaisheshika person, he says the product was not there in the karanam, therefore he is called asatkaryavada. For that Gaudapadacharya gave 4 reasons. It is Shruti Virodha. Illada oru karyam varamudiyadu enartham. The non-existent product cannot be born. Even Gaudapadacharya need not refute. Satkaryavadi himself refuted the Asatkaryavadi. Sankhya is the Satkaryavadi. So we need not go and refute him. Why? There is another person to refute that person. So when he is refuting, our job he is doing. Our job, we the Advaitins want to refute the Asatkaryavadi. That job he is already doing by the Sankhya. Sankhyavadi is Satkaryavadi. Therefore, he don't like that Asatkaryavadi statement. Therefore, Sankhyavadi refutes Asatkaryavadi. What Satkaryavadi says, Sankhya says, Karanam, Karane, Karyam, Asit. Before it is coming, pot was there already in that. We also accept that. Therefore, with Sankhya philosopher, we make friendship temporarily to refute Asatkaryavadi. Okay. So, for that, Gaudapadacharya gave 4 reasons. What Sankhya philosopher also, we also agree, both of us, Asatkarya is false. What were they? Just we revise because 1 week gap, it is a subtle subject. I would like to revise 4 points fast and then we'll go to the subject. It is Shruti Virodha. Asatkaryavada is Shruti Virodha, I said. Where in the Mandukyopanishad it is Sadeva Saumya Idamagra Asit. Chandogya says, Shvetaketu, Uddalaka said to his son, Hey Shvetaketu, this karyam is there already in the karanam. Sadeva Saumya, Satna Irupudalada Irundadi Anartha. Sadeva Saumya Idamagre Asit. A non-existent part cannot come. Existent part alone comes. Therefore, existence was there in potential form in the Karanam. Sadeva Soumya. Soumya annadi is addressing his son. Hey Shvetaketu. Hey Soumya. Oh pleasing one anartha. Hey Shvetaketu. Hey Soumya. Sadeva Soumya. Idam agre asit. Idam sat agre asit. Agre, before the karyam is coming into existence, it was there. So Shruti is pramanam. If Asatkaryavadi says it was not there, it is Shruti Virodha. Therefore Asatkaryavadi is wrong, he is going against the Shastra. First statement. Second is, it is Nyaya Viruddham also. If it is non-existent, from any cause, any product can come. From any cause, any product can come. It is illogical. What is logical? A specific karyam, product can come from a specific cause. If you don't say it is not there already in the karanam, how can you know that from Yellu? How can you know that oil will come and jinjili oil can come? Nallennai eppadi varonna? Nallennai and the ellulo irundirukkanum. Illenna nallennai eppadi varonna? And the specific cause lo specific karyam product irundu irukkanum. Illenna from coconut also nallenna can come, from ellu also coconut oil can come. Ange edavadhu nadakkarudha appadi? So this is the logic. From a specific cause, a specific product alone can come. So therefore, this effect must be there in a different form. You should not say it is not there. Otherwise a person, how can he go for that only coconut he takes to the machine and he will think that coconut oil only can come. So therefore, if you say asat, it is what was not there. If you say it is asatkaryavada, it is nyaya viruddham, illogical anartham. It is illogical. This is the second reason we have given. Then third reason, even satkaryavadi also, Sankhya need not go and refute. Even scientists, according to science also, asatkaryavada is false. Nothing is newly created. According to Satkaryavadi, illada part varade ennu sonna, asat illada or porul vandadu ennu sonna enna aidum? Newly part is born ennu aidum. According to science, nothing is newly born. You cannot create anything newly. So according to science also, Asatkaryavada is false. Even Sankhya philosopher need not go and argue with Asatkaryavadi. Scientists also, for science also it is against that. Matter cannot be created. Nothing can be created newly. According to Asatkaryavadi, illada oru pudusa oru part varade ennu sonna, you are creating newly. So what scientist says, matter alone was there in energy form. At that matter only comes out from that energy. Energy in motion is matter. Matter in non-motion is energy. Motion, energy is that which is a matter which is not in motion. That's called Shakti. My speech is my Shakti. Before 11 o'clock I have not started class, suppose. My speech was with me or not? It is in potential form. It is in energy form. Once it comes out, that energy manifests. Similarly, everything is in unmanifest form, the energy. Once it manifests, it is called matter. Energy, matter. Matter to energy, energy to matter. Unmanifest to manifest, manifest to unmanifest. Nothing is newly created, according to science also. So, according to science also, Asat Karyavada is false. That is fourth reason. Then, third reason. That is fourth reason what? Grammar point Vesa. Grammar point is what? So, third reason clear. Science prakarama, Nyaya and Shruti. Mood over. If Nala to negate the Asat Karyavadi. Suppose I say pot is born. Pot is born. Here, is born is the verb. Is born is the verb. Every verb presupposes the noun. Is born is the verb. Is born. What is born? Pot is born. So, is born verb varthukku munnadi pot irundirukkanuma illada pot varuma. Irukra pot the born nu solla mudiyadhu, illada pot born solla mudiyadhu, because every verb presupposes noun. A noun is important, that one who does activator, creator, the one who does action is very important. Therefore, non-existent and the pot illenna enna aidum, non-existent pot is born and aidum. The grammar puriyadho. He is born and chonna sari, what he said Asat Karyavada, non-existent pot is born. He is born another verb. Anything is born, existing thing only born, non-existing thing born. Existent thing alone can born, not non-existent. Okay, the subject is very important. This person, he is walking. So he is walking. Non-existent person can walk or existent person can walk? Existent person only can walk. The child is born. Mother womb, the child is born. Non-existent child is born or existent child is born? Existent child only can born. A non-existent empty womb, can child come out? So therefore, grammatically if you see also, a non-existent thing can never born, an existent thing alone can born. Isn't 4 reasons over? I hope it's very clear. Clear. I hope for all of you also it is clear. Then in 6th, 7th and 8th, just we have read in the last class what Gaudapadacharya want to say. He want to establish, really speaking, Brahman is not at all Karanam. Brahman is not Karanam at all. What was the example we saw? Pot is Karyam, clay is Karanam. Like this we have Drishtanta, this Drishtanta we have taken. And Darshtanta what we saw? Brahman is the Karanam, Prapancha is the Karyam, product. Jagat Karanam Brahman. What type of Karanam is really Brahman is Karanam? Gaudapadacharya says it is not Karanam. If it is a real Karanam, Karanam has to undergo a modification. Having negated the Asatkaryavada, now he comes to the Satkaryavada. Now we have to understand the Satkaryavada philosophy also. What Satkaryavada is, his principle. Once we understand his principle only, you can negate his principle. அவன் பிலாசபியை புரியாமலே எப்படி நெகேட் பண்ண முடியும்னு. அது நெகேட் பண்றதுக்கு முன்னாடி இந்த 6th 7th 8th காரிகாஸ்ல he is talking ajatasya dharmasya jatimichanti vadinah ajato hi amruto dharmaha martyatam khadamishyati. Just I will give the word to word meaning, then I will go for examples. Vadinaha jatim ichanti. The argumentators. Vadinaha means the argumentators. Ichanti, they desire to come to a conclusion. What? Birth. The birth of the birthless reality. Ajatasya dharmasya. I already told you these karikas already we saw in the 3rd chapter. Okay. We saw in the 3rd chapter. What is the name of 3rd chapter? Advaita Prakaranam. So the same shlokas, karikas we are seeing here. There bhava word was used here. Dharma word is used by Gaudapadacharya. Ajatasya dharmasya. The birthless reality. Bhava or dharma means Atma. The birthless Atma. The birth of the birthless Atma, the reality. People want to say there is birth to Atma which is really birthless. Jatim ichanti. Jatim and birth. Atma ku birth irkan. They want to say. Which type of Atma? Na? What type of Atma? What is its nature? Na? Ajatasya, birthless reality. Atma is the birthless, but people say it has having birth. They want like that. What to do? Then he asks, Katham ajataha amritaha dharmaha atma martyatam yeshyati. Once it is born, it is becomes mortal. Once it is born, suppose you say Atma is born. Atma is born because you say Atma is the Karanam. Brahman or Atma is the Karanam of this Jagat. Any Karanam, it has to become real Karyam. It has to undergo a change. It will become mortal. Whatever is born will become mortal. Jayamanatvat. Whatever is born will be mortal. If you accept birth, you are accepting indirectly mortality also. That is Amrutam, actually, immortal Atma. If you accept that birth, you are indirectly accepting what? Mortality. Mortality you are accepting, which is birthless actually. Ajataha, Amritaha, that reality is birthless. That reality is immortal. Amritaha, that Atma, the reality, martyatam yeshyati, it will become mortal. If you accept what? Jati. Jati is birth. Therefore you should not say for all systems of philosophies, Atma is born. For them. Manamaka Atma is not born. Why they say born? Atma really undergoes a change to become a Karya Prapancha. World is born. Product world is born. From what it is born? From Brahman, the Atma it is born. World is born, Karyam. Karyam is born from what? Karanam. Karanam has to undergo a change. Because from that Karanam, Brahma, the world product is born, suppose, really. Whatever is world is born, this is mortal. World is anityam, mortal. Upon your Karanam, Brahma also will become what? Mortal. That is the point here he is discussing. Ajatasya, in the name of Karyam, if he is born, in the name of Karyam or Prapancha is born, really, that Brahman, Karanam Brahma also will become mortal. But really speaking, according to Shastra, that Karanam Brahma is mortal or immortal? Immortal. And the immortal, it cannot be mortal. If it is mortal, it cannot be immortal. Therefore, how to accept this creation? Shastra itself says, no. Tasmadvaye tasmad atmanaha akasha sambhutaha akashadvayu yato vayumani jayante. Shastra itself says. Then what is the Shastra's intention? What type of karanam it must be? Sankhyavadi says parinami karanam. Shastra's intention is it is not parinami karanam. Parinami karanam, if it is going real modification, if it is going real modification parinama, then it will become mortal. Therefore we have to accept that karanam as vivarta karanam. It's a very, very crucial subject. Tough, but important. What to do? Therefore, that is why he is repeating again. Whatever he said in 3rd chapter, again he is repeating. Why? Again it is very difficult to accept. Because many systems, they talk about parinamavada. Parinamavada, real karanam undergoing a change like milk and curds. Milk and curd is a parinamavada. Milk totally is modified into curds. It is called parinamivada. Once it is a parinamivada, karanam is not available as amrutam, immortal. Clear? Namma karanamani sollana temporary. அது எப்படிப்பட்ட காரணம் சொல்லணும்? பரிணாமி சொல்லக்கூடாது, விவர்த்தனை தான் சொல்லணும். அந்த விவர்த்தனை எஸ்டாப்ளிஷ் பண்றதுக்கு we have to negate that parinamavada. Why it is wrong? Why you should not accept parinamavada? If you accept parinamavada, what are the consequences? What will happen to that nityam brahma, amrutam brahma? அவர் அமிர்தமாவும் இருக்கணும், எட்டர்னலாவும் இருக்கணும், டெம்பரரிగా இந்த கிரியேஷனை ஆக்செப்ட் பண்ணணும். என்ன இந்த கிரியேஷன் இல்லைன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. வியாபகாரிக பிரபஞ்சம் இருக்கே நம்ம முன்னாடி. ஸோ இது டஃபஸ்ட் டாஸ்க் இந்த கிரியேஷன். when the cosmology comes, இந்த பாட்டு செயின் கோல்டு we can talk. Okay, காரணம் காரியம் காரணம் காரியம். But this காரணம் காரியம், when you talk about the cosmology, creation, external creation, this law you cannot apply there. Therefore, we have to very carefully handle the cosmology here. Therefore, he says, Katham ajataha amritaha dharmaha. Dharmaha means that Atma. Which is Atma? Immortal Atma, birthless Atma. Katham martyatam yeshyati. How can it be mortal? Indeed, it is subject to be mortality. How is it possible? Immortal Atma, how can it become mortal? If you accept Jati, it will become mortal. Then 7th Karika also further clarification. Amrutam martyam na bhavati. Amrutam, that which is immortal, martyam na bhavati, it cannot be mortal. It does not become mortal. It does not become mortal. Therefore, we would say Brahman is Karanam, Brahman is Akaranam also. Brahman is Karanam of this apparent universe. Brahman is not real Karanam. There are 2 Karanams. Apekshika Karanam, Mula Karanam, that I am going to come later. Okay, all hair splitting words are coming here. That too, that language of Gauda Padacharya is more vague language. Karanam and Akaranam, both you have to say. He is explaining now. It cannot become mortal. In the same way, the mortal does not become immortal. Which is impermanent, which is temporary, cannot become permanent. Permanent and immortal anartha. Impermanent ke mortal another. That which is always temporary is called mortal. Okay, that which is always temporary is called mortal. That which is permanent is called immortal. Okay, if difficult mortal, immortal, I will use the word permanent and impermanent. Permanent anna immortal, mortal anna impermanent. Adi permanent. Permanent is immortal, impermanent is mortal. How can a permanent thing can become impermanent? How can an impermanent can become permanent? Permanent is permanent. Eternal is eternal. Another name for permanent is what? Eternal. Eternal is always eternal. When can you call eternal? A thing is eternal when? Eternally eternal. A thing is called eternal when eternally it is eternal. It should not become temporary at any time. Then only it is called eternal. A thing is temporary, which is temporary. Non-eternal is non-eternal. Non-eternal cannot become eternal. Eternal cannot become non-eternal. So that's what second half he says, Amritam martyaha na bhavati tatha. In the same way, the mortal or impermanent thing cannot become immortal. The mortal, impermanent thing cannot become immortal or permanent. Why? The reason he gives here. Anyatha bhavaha prakritehe na bhavishyati. The transformation of an intrinsic nature will not take place anyhow. Our language enna puriyu sollungo. Here we have to extract the meaning from this. Prakritehe anyatha bhavaha na bhavishyati. Prakriti means whatever is called intrinsic is called prakriti. Swabhavaha. Prakritehe means the intrinsic nature. The intrinsic nature, prakritehe, of that intrinsic nature, anyatha bhavaha, and a different, it cannot become a different thing. Intrinsic is always intrinsic. Adha prakritina. It cannot become any other way. It will not take place. Na bhavishyati kathanchit. Anyhow, by any method, by any way, it cannot become. If I give examples, you can understand. Here Prakriti means 4 examples the commentator gives. First example is yoga. In yoga, Ashtanga yoga, there are 8 siddhis, Ashta siddhis. Ashta siddhis are very natural to a yogi. The one who is advanced in yoga, abhyasa, Ashta siddhis are very natural. Even though they are vyavaharika, mithya, that is okay. But Ashta siddhis are natural, intrinsic. Yogi with Ashta siddhis. Now siddhis, powers, miracles are separate from the yogi or they are in yogi. They are in yogi. They cannot be separately exist from the yogi. That means what? It is the swabhava of that yogi. Once miracle powers comes, they are not separate from that person. They are called intrinsic. The powers are intrinsic. It is very natural. That is called prakriti. One example is this. Prakriti means intrinsic. That siddhi, power which is inseparable from yogi, is called prakriti. The power, siddhi, is inseparable from a yogi, is called prakriti. Then second example is the fire and heat. Fire and heat, both are inseparable. You cannot find a fire without heat. That is called prakriti. That is called intrinsic nature of the fire. That which is inseparable is called prakriti. Our swabhava is separable or inseparable? Our swabhava, our nature, my nature is separate, I am separate. If you and your nature is separate, it cannot be called as swabhava. It cannot be called as prakriti. Then what is prakriti? my swabhavam. That's why we say my swabhava. Ushnatvam, Ushnata is the swabhava of fire. That's called Prakriti. Second example. Fire is and heat, both are inseparable. Agnehe aushnyatvam. This is the second example. Third example is the bird's flying nature. It's flying. The duck, fish swimming. No, the swimming nature of the fish is swabhavam or intrinsic or non-intrinsic? Intrinsic. The fish is born the moment it knows how to swim. The duck also learns swimming, it's nature. The bird can fly, it's nature. That is called, can you see a bird without flying? Bird annale, pakshi enna, the kavani pair the kai ke gacchati iti kaha, kagaha. Pakshi ke bird ke pere kagaha, that which flies in the air. The flying power is intrinsic to the bird. This is third example. Like that, many examples you have to keep so that we can have to say that which is intrinsic cannot be changed. You have to prepare. No? Then fourth example is natural tendency, which is not artificially created, that which is naturally there, which is not created artificially. The water flowing downwards is natural. Water flowing downwards. It's this intrinsic nature of the water. Water flows upwards or downwards? Downwards. In the examples, what do you mean by intrinsic? That which is not separable. Inseparable is called intrinsic. 4 examples enough. There are many more examples. So like that, prakritehe and arthadi. Prakritehe anyatha bhavaha. You don't see the fish is walking on the road. You don't see the bird is flying in the water. You don't see water is flowing down upwards. You don't see a cold fire. This is called anyatha bhavaha. Na kathanchid bhavishyati. It will never happen. So, that Atma which is immortal, it is its nature. If you say it has got birth, karyam, parinami ai, karyama mari, if it is born like a product, and the immortal which is intrinsic will become what? Mortal, it will become unnatural. It is unnatural that Prakriti's swabhavama irukkiற amritattvam will never become differently in artha. I hope I have communicated something. So, same way, 8th shloka, these are all interconnected, these 3 shlokas, Karikas. Swabhavena amritaha. Ipo, intrinsically it is immortal. What? The reality, the Brahman. Intrinsically immortal. Suppose you take that intrinsically immortal also will become mortal. Abhyupetyavada. In the 8th Karika only, Abhyupetyavada. Dharmaha. That suppose that immortal, naturally, intrinsically immortal reality, suppose is subject to martyatam gacchati chet. If it is becoming mortal, if it is subjected to mortality, for such a person, Sankhya, for a person for whom, if person happens, how can amritaha nischalaha sthasyati? It can never happen. Suppose you think it happens, Abhyupetyavadana, hypothetical argument here. அது நடக்கவே நடக்காது. ஃபயர் கோல்ட் ஆகிறதுங்கிறது கிடையாது. வாட்டர் கோயிங் அப்வர்ட்ஸ்ங்கிறது கிடையாது. ஃபிஷ் வாக்கிங்ங்கிறது கிடையாது. ஒருவேளை சப்போஸ் it happens, and he says, how can amritaha nischalaha stasyati? If it becomes mortal, how can it be steady, permanent? Remain same. Nischalaha na same. For him, since it is a product. Clear though? If that immortal one becomes mortal, suppose this mortal product, world is mortal, product no, world is product. It is that immortal became mortal. How this prapancha be permanent? It cannot be permanent. How can be? It is permanent. Nischalaha katham stasyati. We can never see any product is permanent. Can you show any product in the world is permanent? You have seen any product that which is born in the world is permanent? Never. A product can never be permanent. Suppose if the immortal became really a product, this product can never be nischalaha. Therefore, what will happen? That amritaha will become mortal. Because of that mortality, it cannot stay permanent. It cannot be nischalaha. Nischalaha means what here? Same. Brahman also will change. According to Shastra, what is Brahman? Nityalaha, achalaha, sthanuhu. It will never go a change, undergo any change. Kutasthaha. ஒரே மாதிரி இருக்கும். It is ever the same. Ever the same. It is there is no change at all. These are the lakshanams. That reality lakshanams. Therefore what? Whatever you say is wrong. The parinamivada is wrong. That immortal can never become mortal. If it becomes mortal, any mortal product can never be permanent. It will always undergo a change. Then how can you interpret this Jagat Karanam Brahma? Our Karanama illana. Our Karaname illayana. ஒருவேளை நிஜமா காரணமான அந்த நிஜமா காரணமாயிட்டாருன்னா அவர் நிஜமாவே மாறிடுவார். அவர் மாறிட்டானா நமக்கு அத்வைதம் எப்படி கிடைக்கும்? மோட்சம் எப்படி வரும்? So therefore, your moksha also become impermanent. Avare impermanent, mortal. Appa nama moksha also will happen what? Impermanent. So we are all working for immortality, which is permanent. You want a permanent moksha or a temporary moksha? You want 24 hours water or 5 hours water? No, what you vote for what? 24 hours water I want. You want electricity 24 hours or 2-3 hours? 24 hours. Everything 24 hours we want. Adhi madri moksham also we want permanent moksha. If it becomes temporary, your moksha also will become temporary. Who wants temporary moksha? For all systems of philosophy, moksha is temporary moksha. They never talk about permanent moksha. Permanent moksha kadiyadu avangalukku. Only except Advaiti. We alone talk about permanent moksha. The definition of moksha is, according to us, a big topic again. If I enter, it will take 1 hour time for me. The moksha is a thing to acquire. Suppose in அது கூட சொல்லி முடிக்கிறேன் ஒரு 2 நிமிஷம்ல. அப்புறம் டைம் வந்தா நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்றேன் ஃபர்தர். வாட் வி ஆர் டாக்கிங் மோக்ஷா, ரியலி இட் இஸ் நாட் எ சாத்திய மோக்ஷா. ஐ எம் நாட் கோயிங் டு கெட் மோக்ஷா. இஃப் ஐ கெட் இன் டைம், வாட் வில் ஹேப்பன்? இட் கோஸ் இன் டைம். அப்ப மோட்சம் வரதுங்கிறது கிடையாது. மோட்சம் வந்தா போயிடும். எது வருமோ அது போயிடும். அப்புறம் மோட்சம் வரதுங்கிறதே கிடையாது. மாதிரி என்னதான் வரும்? இப்போ நம்ம கிளாஸ்ல மாண்டூக்கியம் படிச்சா அப்ப மோட்சமே வராதா சுவாமி அண்ணா? தென் வாட் இஸ் மோக்ஷனா? மோட்சம் வராது. தென் வாட் இஸ் மோக்ஷா? மோக்ஷா வர மோட்சம் இல்லை. இது dropping the notion that I am bound, I am baddha, dropping that notion is called moksha. Already I am muktaha, just I am thinking I am baddha, I am not muktaha, I am bound, I am not free. That notion is there, You have to drop that notion, that's all. That is called moksha. Therefore, it is not a moksha coming in time. It is not a sadhyam to acquire. It is not a thing to reach. It is not a thing to accomplish. It is not a thing to achieve. It is not a thing to reach. Then what? Inge irukka anna. Inge purinjikkanuma anna. Inge purinjikkaradhu kuda illa. Drop the notion you are not muktaha. And then dropping the notion is called moksha. Papa, avladana? Ama, avlada. ஒன்னும் பண்ணவே வேண்டாம். ஏதாவது பண்ணி ட்ரை பண்ணிட்டியோ மோட்சம் போயிடும். அவ்வளவுதான். வந்த மோட்சம் போயிடும். நமக்கு மோட்சம்ங்கிறது ஆல் அதர் சிஸ்டம்ஸ், ஆல் பிலாசபர் தே டாக் ஏ மோக்ஷா இன் டைம், இன் சோ அண்ட் சோ பிளேஸ். அங்கதான் வைகுண்டம்ல தான் மோக்ஷா, கைலாசம்ல தான் மோக்ஷான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்? யூ ஆர் ஆல்ரெடி முக்தஹா. அப்போ முக்தஹான்னா நம்ம மாண்டூக்கியம் கிளாஸ் தேவையே இல்லைன்னா, இல்ல யூ ஆர் முக்தஹான்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு மாண்டூக்கியம் கிளாஸ் தேவை. நான் முக்தனாவா இருக்கேன், இருந்தேன், இப்போ கூட முக்தனாவா இருக்கேன், எப்பவுமே முக்தனாக தான் இருப்பேன் అని தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு என்ன படிக்கணும்? மாண்டூக்கியம் படிக்கணும். நான் பத்தன் இல்லை. ஐ எம் நாட் பவுண்ட் பை எனி at any time. I cannot. I, the Atma, cannot be bound by anything at any time. Therefore, I cannot become mortal. I am not mortal now to become an immortal. I am not mortal now to become an immortal. Then what you have to do? You need not do anything. Then what I have to do? Hey, you need not do anything. But என்னதான் பண்ண சொல்றேன்னா, ஒன்னும் பண்ண சொல்லல. You are already immortal. You are already immortal. Before coming to class also you are immortal. You were immortal, you are immortal, you ever will be the immortal. You cannot become mortal. Impossible. You cannot be mortal. It is impossible. Yenna Atma is ever immortal, body is ever mortal. Don't mix both of them. Vyavaharika shariram and the Vyavaharika prapancha all are mortal. They can never become immortal. I, the OC original Atma Chaitanyam, is ever immortal. Therefore, daniki diniki saripoyindi. Idi ever mortal. I am ever immortal. Body is ever mortal. Have you seen any body, immortal body? Body is permanent? No. Therefore, see the mortal as mortal, discover the immortal as immortal is called moksha. Okay. I hope 8th Karika is also over. Let us go to 9th Karika. 8th Karika, dharmaha martyatam gacchati. Suppose, even that abhyupetyavada also, how can immortality remain the same for him since it is a product? If I become immortal in course of time after studying Mandukyopanishad, other Upanishad, Brahma Sutra kuda mudichadukku appuram I will become immortal na. Suppose you become immortal, before becoming immortal you were what? Mortal. Mortal ah irundavan immortal aita. Eppo Vedanta class vandadukku appuram immortal aita. அப்புறம் கொஞ்ச நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் வேதாந்த கிளாஸ் முடிஞ்சு போச்சு. கொஞ்ச நாளுக்கு அப்புறம் என்ன ஆயிடுவோம்? திருப்பி mortal. That's why Swamini classல இருக்கும்போது I am more immortal. I know. வீட்டு செப்பல் போட்ட உடனே I am becoming mortal. இப்படியெல்லாம் கிடையாது. It is not like that. Katham stasyati nischalaha. So if I become immortal, it is not permanent. Therefore, there is no becoming immortal. Then what? Then what? There is no becoming immortal, because Immortality is immortality, it can never become mortal. Mortality is mortality, it can never become immortal. Therefore, you are mixture of what? I say, I am mixture of immortal and mortal. What is that? Immortal Atma, mortal body. Both are together. பிரிக்க முடியாத ஒரு சம்பந்தம். Okay. To say I am immortal, you have to use what? Mortal body. Okay? To say I am immortal, you have to use mortal body. In the mortal body illamale you cannot say I am immortal. And the immortal nu sollanumna mortal body use pannanom. But in the mortal body la irundhe naan immortal nu sollalama solla mudiyada? Sollalam. Eppo இப்பவே சொல்ல முடியும். என்ன ஏன்னா இந்த mortal body cannot make the immortal Atman as mortal. அது higher order of reality. This is the lower order of reality. Your dream tiger can come and threaten you now. A dream tiger can come and threaten you now. Why? అది ஒரு ఆర్డర్ ఆఫ్ రియాలిటీ, ప్రాతిభాసిక సత్యం. ఇది వ్యావహారిక సత్యం. వ్యావహారిక సత్యమాన జాగ్రత్త వేకర్ని డ్రీమ్ టైగర్ కెనాట్ కమ్ అండ్ డిస్టర్బ్. ఆర్డర్ ఆఫ్ రియాలిటీస్ ఆర్ డిఫరెంట్. అది కౌంటబుల్ ఆర్ అన్కౌంటబుల్? డ్రీమ్ టైగర్ ఇస్ కౌంటబుల్ ఆర్ అన్కౌంటబుల్? అన్కౌంటబుల్. దేర్ఫోర్ యు ఆర్ సేఫ్ హియర్. ఎస్టర్డే నైట్ ஐ சா டைகர் இன் ட்ரீம். பின்னாடி வந்துட்டு இருக்க சுவாமி வாசல்ல உட்கார்ந்துருக்கேன்னு சொல்லுவேல, அன்கவுண்டபிள். அது எப்படி அன்கவுண்டபிள்? For a ஞானி, after recognizing that I am immortal Atma, Nitya Buddha Shuddha Swarupaha, this body, the lower order of reality, Vyavaharika Satyam, cannot threaten the Paramarthika Atma. எங்க இருக்கா பாரமார்த்திக ஆத்மா? தூரமா இருக்கா? None. So, this body cannot touch me, this body cannot threaten me. Aham, mama, this body and body related things cannot touch, fortunately. They cannot touch me. Touch me not. Okay? Touch me not. Edukena? Order of reality. Uncountable. They are uncountable. Cannot be counted. This birth and death of the body cannot be counted. Its birth is not my birth. Its death is not my death. Its problems are not my problems. Just as the dreamer problems are not the... கொஞ்சம் சத்தமா சொல்லுங்க, அதாவது சொல்லுங்க திருஷ்டாந்தமாவது. Dreamer's problems are not the waker's problems. Why? They are uncountable. They cannot be countable. No, they are not come under count. False they are. Therefore you are happy, comfortable. Are you comfortable or not with bad druswapnam yesterday? ரொம்ப bad swapnam. Are you comfortable or not now? ஏதோ கொஞ்ச நேரம் அப்படி இருக்கும், அதுக்கப்புறம் போயிடும் இல்லையோ? That same way this body, mind, அதுக்கு கனெக்ஷனமான என்ன ப்ராப்ளம்ஸ் இருந்தாலும் கூட they cannot touch they are all uncountable. That's what Advaitam says. Very difficult to Advaitam to swallow. It is very difficult for people. They are all Fevicol மாதிரி ஒட்டின்னு இருக்க பாடிக்கு மனசுக்கு. அஹம் மமா அஹம் மமா அஹம் மமா. That's why they cannot come out of this. அந்த அஹம் மமா விடணும். விடணும்னா கொஞ்சம் தள்ளி இருக்கணும். ஓகே, தள்ளி நிக்கணும் intellectually. Next Karika, 9th Karika. सांसिद्धिकी स्वाभाविकी सहजा अकृता चया प्रकृतिस्सेति विज्ञेय स्वभावं न जहातियम्. Further, that Prakriti word he is explaining, clarifying here. 7th Karikala, 2nd line lo Prakriti word is clarifying further. What do you mean by Prakriti? Don't take it very simply. Okay, Prakriti word is very, very powerful word. May you understand what you mean by Prakriti. He says, Prakritihi, sa Prakritihi, ya na swabhavam jahati iti vigneya. Na channadi adida. Munnadiye, I have given the picture. Now he is putting in the words here. Prakriti is that it is to be known, vigneya, it is to be known as that which does not give up itself. Swabhavam ya swabhavam na jahati sa prakritihi. That which never drops its nature, does not gives up itself, is called prakritihi. Ya swabhavam na jahati sa prakritihi iti vigneya. And sa samsiddhiki swabhaviki sahaja akrita. These are all lakshanams of prakriti. That nature and the chollu adhik parungo. Adhik nature and natural is called nature. Prakriti means what? Which is permanently accomplished. Samsiddhiki enar. Permanently accomplished means what? That aushnyam is permanently accomplished by the fire. The water flowing downwards is permanently accomplished by the water. Flying in the air is permanently accomplished by the bird. It is swabhavam. Samsiddhiki, which is permanently accomplished, permanently acquired, permanently possessing. Swabhaviki, inherent. That is called inherent nature. Inherent nature. That which inheres. Inherent means swabhaviki. Not only that, sahaja, inborn. Inborn. Inborn means by birth itself. For that, one example I used to give, this Karna. Karna is inborn Kaunteya or Radheya. Karna is inborn Kaunteya or Radheya? Kaunteya. Inherently Kaunteya only. Is it not? Even though he is growing as Radheya, he is thinking he is Radheya. Even though he is thinking as Radheya, but internally, inherently, inborn, Sahajama, Karna is who? Kaunteya only. Can anybody change? No one can change. Kaunteya is Kaunteya, Kunti Putra. Ade Sahaja, Swabhaviki, Samsiddhiki, by birth he has accomplished I am Kaunteya. It is Sahajam for him. Even though he brought up by that person, charioteer, for many years, he was not with his mother, he do not know who is his mother, he had never seen his mother, with baby age itself he went there. In spite of that, can he lose his Kaunteya hood? Since you are brought up by that lady, Radha, therefore, can it go? Because it is Swabhaviki, Samsiddhiki, Sahaja, it cannot go. Like that. All other four examples also you can see. Then not only that, fourth, Akrita, it is not created. It is uncreated. Krita means created. Akrita means uncreated. Therefore what? Therefore immortality of Atma is Samsiddhiki, Swabhaviki, Sahaja, Akrita. You have to supply. Immortality of Atma, that's Swabhava. Immortality is Swabhava of Atma. Samsiddhiki, it is permanent. It is Swabhaviki. What? Immortality. Amritatvam of Atma is Samsiddhiki. Amritatvam of Atma is Swabhaviki. Amritatvam of Atma is Sahaja. Amritatvam of Atma is Akrita. English lo kuda sollanuma. Immortality of Atma is permanently accomplished. Immortality of Atma is inherent. Immortality of Atma is inborn. Immortality of Atma is uncreated. Uncreated immortality. Okay. Atma is immortal. 10th Karika. Now the 10th Karika is the essence of Advaitam. Jara marana nirmuktaha sarve dharma svabhavataha jara maranamichantaha Syavante tanmanishaya. We may ask question. You say so sahaja, swabhaviki, samsiddhiki, but why this feeling is coming for me? I am mortal, I am insecure, I am limited, I am impermanent, I may go, I may die. Why these feelings are all coming? And we may question. Then Gaudapada Acharya says, your all feelings need not be fact. எனக்கு ஃபீலிங் இருக்க ஃபீலிங் எனக்கு உனக்கு ஃபீலிங் இருந்ததுனால அது சத்தியமாக முடியுமா என்ன இல்லையா? யுவர் ஆல் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் நீட் நாட் பி ஃபேக்ட். யுவர் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் கேன் பி ஃபால்ஸ் ஆல்சோ. தேர்ஃபோர் ஹி சேஸ் சர்வே தர்மாக, ஆல் ஜீவாஸ் ஜரா மரண நிர்முக்தாக ஸ்வபாவதः. All jivas are what? Nothing but Paramatma only, no? Their nature is what? Intrinsic nature. Paramatma Swarupam. Jara Marana Nirmuktaha. Jara means old age. Marana means death. Nirmuktaha means totally free. Every jiva is free from old age, free from death. How? Swabhavataha. By nature. But what to do? Jara maranam ichchantaha. You are immortal and sonna kada no I am mortal and sonna enna pandrathu avanukku? Jara marana ichchantaha. You are free from old age, you are free from death and sonnalum kuda eppadi I have old age, I have old age, and people go on telling what to do with that person. Jara and maranam. I have death, I have old age, I have death, I have old age, and people go on continuously telling Jara Maranam Ichchantaha. What will happen to them? Tan Manishaya, because of that feeling, Chavante, they will fall. They will never get moksha. Their minds are conditioned. Conditional mind. Condition of one's own mind. From repeated thinking, I am old, I am old, I am going to becoming old, I have old age, I have death, I am going to death, I am going to die, I am going to death, I am going to die, I have death, I am going to die, I have death, I am going to die. Repeated thinking is called tanmanishaya. Because of that chintana, because of that thinking, because of that thought, repeated thinking. Therefore, what to do? Other than knowledge, there is no way for this. Come out of that feeling. And the feeling la vandu vellila varanam. 11th Karika. Karanam yasya vai karyam karanam tasya jayate jayamanam kathamajam भिन्नं नित्यं कथं च तत्. From this Karika onwards, he is going to Gaudapada Acharya refuting Satkaryavada by showing the 3 defects. In this Karika, 1 defect. Next 12th Karika, 1 defect of Satkaryavada. And 13th Karika also another defect of Satkaryavada. He is going to elaborately explain how Satkaryavada is false. That we will see in the next class. Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.